Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. Now I'm in version 0.23 and this is meaning we now have the better spaceplane engines, and so I haven't experimented or I haven't tested them out, so I like just to load here my Space Explorer version 6. This is the Space Explorer I used for landing on the moon. And as you can see here, I haven't changed anything right now, so now it's time to add the RAPIER engines. Yes, okay, they have a mass of 1.75. They have max thrust. They have 2 times the max thrust. Okay, right click does give us more information. ISP 322 up in sea level, okay, to 360 in vacuum. This is nice. Propellants and engine. Okay, and they have an ISP of 800 to 1200, I think. Intake air, okay, in the atmosphere, so they are looking pretty good. So they have a thrust of 190. These have a thrust of 222. I'm 25. I'm not quite sure if I need 2 or 4 of them. I like to start with only 2 of them, so at first let me get rid here of the old jet engines because I don't need them anymore. I will also get rid of these engines, and instead I like to add here 2 of these RAPIER engines, and I hope this will be enough. And as well, we now have here the tweakables, so start, deploy, disable, unlock steering, lock steering, unlock steering. So I think now it's able to steer with them, if I get this correctly. So okay, I think I will remain with the other things like normal. I like to change here a little bit my action groups because I now have here the switch mode, shutdown, activate, toggle engines. I like to toggle these engines. 3 is empty, 4 is empty, this is okay. Now all the air intakes work hopefully the same, and yes, and now I like to give it a new name. I like to start with Alpha. It's the Alpha series, version 1, so we can work us through the Greek alphabet by improving our spaceplane. So I hope everything is fine, everything will work out well. Now we need a pilot, and I don't want to have these orange guys. So let's save this again and switch back to the space complex because I want to hire some new guys. So I have Denman, Kalmal, Dudred, Harmy, Jack, Frank, Kerman. This is a nice name. Murbet, Petri. I like to go with Kerman. This is a nice name, and I like also to hire Harmy because this name sounds also pretty interesting, but I like to go this time with Kerman, and Kerman will fly with the Go away, Bob. I think I have to put him in some mission and forget him in space or somehow, so I get rid of Bob. Okay, Kerman will start with the Alpha series, so let's launch and let's see what will happen now. And let's see if we are able to get in space with this new configuration in the Alpha series. Let's put on the brakes so this thing isn't... Okay, now this is amazing. When we're going down here, we see this front wheel is rotating. So now we can steer and taxi. This is amazing. This is awesome. Okay. I don't want to deploy my landing struts right now, but I like to. Hopefully it works still the same because, let me see here, they have zero drag. What about their drag? Have they changed the drag? I need to test this out while we are doing our takeoff. So let me switch on SAS, let me switch on these new engines. I'm pretty much excited about this. And let's throttle up. Ooh, nice sound. Okay, we are accelerating. They have a drag. Okay, the drag is accelerating. And what if I'm closing these? The drag is 0.3, okay. But I think they're not very powerful. Huh. Are we able to lift off this thing? Because I don't think they have a really strong or really powerful acceleration. So I'm now a little bit concerned that we are able to fly, and I think we are running out of runway. So, okay, this plane seems to be a bit too heavy for these new engines. But we are going up currently. Okay, they have currently lesser drag than before. They have less drag as if they were deployed, so if I'm now switching on these again, then they have lesser drag. Okay, so I don't need to close the intakes anymore, because it seems that they're pretty much working fine, but I think my space plane is currently not working fine. It seems to be a little bit too heavy. Okay, so one solution might be using more engines, and the other solution might be using less fuel or taking less fuel with me. So, okay, we are going down, so this isn't really working out well. Can I somehow go back and hopefully land the thing, because at the end I like to test out if I can, or how this taxiing thing is working, if I can really good steer this on the surface. So let me just turn around here. And we can hopefully make it back to the runway. Or not even to the runway, I will just land on this area here around the space complex. If I'm able to do this, I hope so. And then I need to improve my space plane a bit. I think the next try will be with two more engines. I like to test it. And then we will see what happens then. But on the other hand, they are pretty heavy, these engines, so I'm not sure if this is really a solution, or if this just, oh, no. Why are you now deploying? Go back. Okay. I think I can land with full throttle, or almost with full throttle. Okay. so much about this. Brake. Steering. Oh yeah, it's now has now good and great steering capabilities. This is amazing. Okay, well done, Kerman. You did an awesome job. You did a well job. You did a great job. We need to improve our space plane. Let's recover the vessel. And let's switch over to our space plane hangar. Okay, now I like to do some tiny improvement. Oh, this is a huge improvement. I will just... Or how does it work with the fuel? Do I need to have fuel lines here? Well, let me just test this out. Where's the engine? Here's the engine. Okay, now I have more engines. I like to put the other engines, the 2, on the 3 key. Let's put them here. And let's have another test flight. So maybe now the thing is powerful enough to climb up high and bring us into space again with our new version of the space plane. Okay, let's activate the new engines. And let's throttle full up. Let's see if this helps us to a certain degree, or if now everything gets even worse. On the one hand, the acceleration is very powerful, it's much better. And are we able... Yes, we are able to lift our nose up. Are we also able to take off without ripping off our engines? I'm not quite sure. Oh, camera, careful. Okay, here. Okay, now we are flying. Let's try it if we are able to bring this thing up into space. This is looking much better, but I'm not quite sure if I'm not using too much fuel right now. Well, I have a lot of fuel in the space plane, but this is also making it very heavy, so I'm not quite sure if this is working well or if this is working out as intended or anything like this. So yes, we are accelerating, and we have Bob again. Why do we have Bob again? Okay, if we succeed with this, or if we have to do a landing somewhere, or whatever will happen, I will just relaunch a new space plane in the next episode, or after a crash, or whatever does happen to us. And so we get rid of Bob, and Bob can remain in space or remain somewhere where he is not annoying me, because I want to get rid of Jebediah, Bob and Bill, because I have seen them so often, and they are just... I have seen them too often, I can say, so I am very happy if I don't have to see them again in the next episodes. So yes, we are climbing up. This is looking good. Okay, so the specific impulse is increasing. This is nice. This is really nice. And the fuel flow goes down. This is also nice. We have currently the automatic switching enabled. I hope this will help us. And what was about the weight? But I think at least I have now 6 or 5 engine at this space plane, and in the original version before 0.23 I had 7 engines, so I have saved some weight hopefully by doing so, and if I remember correctly I was around 900 fuel as I reached space. So if I'm able to reach space in this configuration with more than 900 fuel, then I'll hopefully be able to do more and better explorations, or I have to greatly improve this whole space plane thing here. But currently we are going good, nice up. Well, the acceleration rate is a little bit slow, I have the impression, but at least we are accelerating, this is good. And we are climbing up. So let's have an interior view. I think here hasn't changed anything, this is good. Okay, and as well as I said in the last episode, I will start to do also let's play, or I will extend my Kerbal Space Program on Wings program by switching over to the career mode after I have done some test flights with the new RAPIER engines here, and I hope that this will work out fine. And after I did some test flights with my space planes, I like to start the career mode to do also the experiences with the new science changes. They did a lot of changes to the science. We can't science spam anymore, so we have to return our samples and do other things. So I'm pretty much looking forward to this. And I will also unlock the plane things, so I can continue my Kerbal Space Program on Wings project also in the career mode later on. But at first I have to launch several rocket missions, because the space plane thing will become available later in the career mode, because the first parts are only rocket parts I can unlock. And I will also focus on the new scientific tools, where I can generate more science, so I can't, or I won't go as fast as possible to the space plane or plane parts in general. And this is meaning that we will have at first several rocket launches before we can really go back to our space plane or our winged program and winged project. But I hope this will still work out fine, and we will still have, hopefully very often, the connection to our wings project. And after I have reached the maximum, or I have unlocked the whole tech tree, I might switch back to this sandbox mode here and continue my sandbox mode here with sandbox space planes. But at first I like really to do these the space plane thing, or no, not the space plane thing, but the career thing, because I want to experience the new career mode and challenge myself a little bit more with the new career or science generation, because in the version 0.22 it was a little bit too easy with the science spamming to max out the attack tree. And so now I'm looking forward to this, to have hopefully more challenge to unlock all the tech tree things. So I'm looking pretty much forward to this, and I'm also looking forward to this to transport the science between my capsules by using my Kerbals to transport it. Okay, we are coming now towards an altitude of 20 kilometers. Now it's time to start accelerating. So I like to accelerate as much as possible with the space plane before we run out of air intake, and then we will have some. Now the drag is pretty high. Okay. No, start climbing up, keep climbing, space plane, please. Okay, now we are still climbing. And we are also accelerating, this is good. Okay, and as you can see, it's my very first time that I experience these Rapier engines, so I have no real idea how they will work out, what can I do with them and what can't I do with them. And so yes, I hope we can just reach space with them, and from this point on we can continue our exploration. So let me see what will happen next. Currently we are accelerating pretty nicely, that's good. And I'm also interested in seeing what will happen when we ran out of air intake. But currently we are still going up and we do have some air intake left. And we are through the 1000 meters per second threshold, this is also nice. We are still accelerating, this is good. Although I'm not quite sure if this... Well, okay, we are still accelerating. But I have also the impression that these Rapier engines aren't as powerful as I hoped they would be, because I have also the impression that this whole ascending process takes pretty much time and is pretty much slow. So I'm not quite sure how things will work, or if this even has a chance to improve my spaceplane things, or if I have to build a completely new spaceplane, because as you have seen in the beginning of this episode, I was just using my last version of my 0.22 spaceplane, and I just added the Rapier engines instead of all the other engines, and now I'm pretty much looking forward to see what will happen now and how everything will work out. But as long as we are climbing up and as long as we are accelerating, I think everything is fine and we are in good shape. But I have still the impression that our general acceleration is pretty slow, because we are now at 27 kilometers, almost 27 kilometers. We are running out in a short amount of time out of air intake, and we are only at 1450 meters per second, and I think this is not as powerful or as good as the old one, as the previous version with the jet engines. But this is just my impression currently. I'm not sure if this is true or if I just have currently the wrong impression. Okay, we seem to have no air intake left. Why are you now going crazy, plane? Why are you going crazy, plane? Because you have switched the modes, or why? Let me see. Air breathing, okay. What is going on here? Why are you becoming so unstable? What has happened to you, spaceplane? Why you're becoming unstable at this altitude? And you should go up instead of going down. Spaceplane, go up, please. Don't descend. Up, go up, please. Okay. Now we are going up again, okay. And it still has some trouble to remain stable at this altitude. It's pretty strange currently. What is going on here? It's a really hard fight. If you can see the yaw indication here down there, I'm pretty much fighting against my spaceplane, and I'm not sure why this happens to me. And where is the issue currently, and why is the spaceplane doing some strange behavior right now? I don't get it. Because you're... What the hell are you doing? Why are you so unstable? Okay, throttle back up. I've built this whole thing symmetrically. What has happened to you, spaceplane? This is really strange. And we are dropping down and we are starting to rotate again. Or is it because there's not enough? Huh. Okay, let's try this one. I like to use also the nuclear rocket engine. Maybe this is helping me a bit. Well, I'm wasting fuel by doing so, I know, but on the other hand, I like to somehow get rid or get through the atmosphere or out of the atmosphere. Maybe this is a problem that we are running, that we are doing some stalling or something like this. Maybe we are not fast enough or so. I'm not quite sure. Let's try this again. Now we are going up again. This is good. And I'm still fighting against my spaceplane. Or the spaceplane is fighting against me. It's really unstable currently. And as soon as I reach an altitude of 28 kilometers, it starts to freak out. So I think it has really... So if I switch off these engines, is this helpful? On the one hand, it's helpful. Okay, so it's an issue with these both engines out there that I'm not getting currently. But on the other hand, I'm not powerful enough currently. This is strange. This is really strange. So if I switch them off again, on again, then the thing starts again to freak out. Okay. Let's switch them off. So if I toggle these engines, does now happen? Now they changed in color, okay. And now the whole thing is stable, or more stable. And now we are going up. Oh, they're overheating, okay. So is there a trouble with the switching? Because they became unstable as I run out of air intake. Okay, now I'm running out of air intake again and the space plane becomes unstable again. Okay, I have the slight impression that there's a problem with the automatic switching. So if I switch them as well... Oh, stop. I think I'm pretty fast right now. I like only to... No. To keep on the nuke. Let's have a look here. Oh yes. What have we done here? We need to accelerate even more a bit. I like to bring it up to 100 kilometers. And we wasted a lot of fuel. But this is really strange. I think the problem is when I'm running out of air intake, this thing has not switched to the modes. So... Okay. What does it say? Manual switching, automatic switching, thrust limiter. Oh, can I limit the thrust of it? If I'm going... Wait, I like to find this out. If I'm saying here 20 and here I say the same, or 20, and here I like to go to 20. Can I now 20? So if I now switch on these engines and throttle full off. Oh, this is amazing. Then they remain at the limit. This is nice. This is really cool. So I can have a better control of the use of my engines. Okay. I like that. So, okay, there is a problem with the switching of the modes. Currently it's manual. If I switch manually, then it works out, but as I have not used this, I run into trouble because the engines won't change. Okay. This was interesting. So, okay, on the one hand, let me do here a maneuver note. On the one hand, I wasted a bit fuel because I was struggling with this, and then I overshot a bit, but in the end, I don't think that I have more fuel left than before with this. the space plane. So I think it's a general issue with the space plane design. And the new engines aren't as much helping me as possible, but I think I need to try this again. Okay, at first, let's bring Bob into orbit. Okay, we're coming here onto our maneuver node. Let's switch off the engines here. And let's accelerate. Okay, I like to get rid of this maneuver node here. And now there's our periaps. Let's follow it. And yes, we are a bit low on fuel. Okay, but on the other hand, it was still working out somehow. I wasted a bit of fuel. Maybe I need to have a better look at my current speed and what I'm doing, so I can switch off them in the right situation. On the other hand, I'm not quite sure currently about the fuel consumption. Okay. Now we have a 100 by 110 orbit. This is really good. Okay, welcome to space. Welcome to space, Bob. We made it to space with this space plane. But unfortunately we don't have much fuel, and as we have seen, with 900 fuel left, this space plane wasn't able, or was able to land on the moon, but was not able to leave the moon anymore. So I think the moon is still pretty much far away for the space plane in this configuration. So I need to do some improvements to this, but on the other hand, this thing might be able to fly up to Minmus. Yes, it might be able to fly up to Minmus, and if I'm trying to do a better ascending profile, this might even work better. So I like to end this episode right now, and I hope you like this episode with my first test flight of the how they are called, the RAPIER engines. And if you do so, please like my video and please become a subscriber to my YouTube channel, and I hope I will see you again when we do our next spaceplane flight, and then we will try to go to Minmus again, and then we will also try to come back from Minmus, but this we will do in the next episode. So until then, my name is Abby. See you!